In this video, I want to talk about why you should stop tripping and realize that everything will work out. Let me ask you a very important question. How many times a day or a week are you just bugging out because you don't know where you're going in your future? Oftentimes, whenever I was growing up, and the reason why I say growing up is because I've considered myself to have a very entrepreneurial mindset since I was young. I've always wanted to create something, I've always wanted to continuously improve or become a type of person. A lot like the people that inspired me to do certain things are different YouTubers or different gamers or whatnot. And I always wanted to be them. I put myself in this place of scarcity because I wanted to see success very quickly and very young. And what that did is it only depressed me more and more. And I think a lot of us men are put into this kind of bubble and situation because we wish to make our family members proud. We wish to achieve certain things before a certain age because we're so damn tired of living in the same life that we're living in. You're not seen enough, so you want to get more so that you can be seen more. What happens as a result of that is constantly you're on edge, constantly you're full of anxiety. A lot of you 23-year-old guys look like you're 50 because all you do is stress. And it's funny because I speak on this like as if it's not me also going through something like that where I'm continuously stressed about things that don't really matter. Yes, you've got to worry about bills. Yes, you've got to worry about, I don't know, businesses or if you're going to be successful in the future. But one thing that I've always noticed is that I've always gotten what I wanted. I've always achieved what I wanted as long as I stay consistent in it. For example, I've been in the gym for maybe 8 or 9 years now, and I've gotten the physique that I want. You know, it's not completely there, but I know I'll eventually get there simply just based on my consistency. And it's been all right because it's been a pendulum of me working out, focusing on my mental health, falling a bit back because of my mental health, working on my mental health, improving my fitness. It's a process and I'm learning to enjoy the journey. I've come to that point of understanding where I know it's not something that's linear, but something that will happen as long as I continuously stay focused on it. And so I no longer stress about it. But for a lot of us, we know that the things that we want in our life will come, but we don't allow ourselves to have that peace of mind, knowing that it will come just to relax and giving yourself the time of day to say that it's okay just to take the time off. Whenever you are not able to relax and be completely still, especially when you're trying to achieve something in your life, you make that path and that road a whole lot more difficult. And what you might say is, okay, well, you don't give a fuck. As long as you get there and you feel like you're doing something, that's good. But that's one of those trauma responses where you have to feel like you're hurting yourself in order to feel like you're improving yourself. Where you'd get there a lot faster if you weren't hurting yourself simply because there'd be less resistance. And so when you hurt yourself in your own ignorance to try and prove to yourself you're doing something despite the fact that you're not doing any more than what you'd usually be doing because you're hurting yourself, that's when you realize that if you just slowed down, gave yourself time to rest, gave you the self love, gave yourself the self respect and self assurance that things will work out and that you can still respect yourself if they don't, not because you don't believe they won't, but giving yourself the chance just to fucking breathe for a second, you realize you'll get to your spot a whole lot more quicker and a whole lot more happy and a whole lot less stressed. One of the things that kind of really upset me the other day and I was thinking about was I can achieve so much in my life and I have achieved so much different things, so much things that I'm happy about. But whenever I finish something, I'm not happy it's done. I just have that sense of anxiety or that crippling sense of, I don't know what the word would be, but I'm just happy that it's finished. Not that I've done it, but I'm happy that it's finished. And it is something that I'm trying to work on. And I think it's a lot of to do with my complex of trying to be the best or trying to be in a certain position because of maybe how I was treated when I was younger or not. I don't fucking know. But I'm not happy that things have been completed. I'm just happy that it's, well, I'm not happy that I've achieved something, in fact. I'm just happy that it's done. I don't have to fucking look at it anymore. Or I don't have to fucking do it anymore. A lot of my life is filled on this learned helplessness of just wanting to get something done so I no longer have to feel the pain of doing it. I consider myself decently resilient. I'm still building up on that resilience, and that might fall into it. But I don't feel like it's resilience. I think it's more that I'm just wanting to get life done as quickly as possible because I don't want to do certain things as much as I want to anymore. And maybe there's a whole lot more to decipher than that. But one thing I've always said to myself is that I've got to calm the fuck down. Just relax. You're not gonna get anywhere by forcing yourself through. You can have grit and determination. That's one thing. That is one thing. But when you're doing it to the point where I guess it could be okay if you're forcing yourself through it because you want to change your life, you want things to be different. But once you're doing it to a point where it isn't providing you with the satisfaction that you want, you're not feeling the happiness that you need. And sometimes we're not going to feel happy doing the things that we need to do. But at the same time, that's a different type of that's discipline. But whenever you're trying to push through in your life in certain aspects and you're not feeling that acceptance or you're not feeling that it's worthwhile to continue, maybe you've got to readjust and reevaluate, or maybe just slow down a little and just take the time to rest because you're forcing yourself through an onion slicer to become something that you want to become, yes, but you're not giving yourself the time to transform. And so therefore you're hurting yourself. So stop tripping, just relax and take a bit of time. Take a bit of time for yourself. Rest if you need to. Go for a walk. Put your phone in D&D. Go on a holiday even. Take a month off. I know it's crazy, but sometimes you really do need to recharge. Try everything you can to recharge because once you recharge and you start to see the more clarified version of yourself, you're not looking through this blurred lens because you're so damaged, because you haven't been able to give yourself the time of day to rest or to simply look outside of yourself. I guarantee if you just take the time, drink your electrolytes, eat something nice, expensive, healthy, take a few weeks off and just reset, do that often, you see that you're not the person just doing the thing, but you're more. You're a whole lot more behind that show. Stop tripping, bro. And remember, never forget who you are.